Your perfect credit score is making someone rich. It is not you. You spent years optimizing a number that was invented by banks, for banks, to identify their most profitable customers. And the behaviors they told you would improve your score are the exact behaviors that generate maximum revenue for the lending industry. Every single one. If you want the unapologetic truth about your money that the banking industry desperately does not want you to know, hit subscribe right now. Let's destroy this myth completely. Here is the question nobody asks: who invented the credit score? And more importantly, who do they actually work for? The FICO score, the number that controls whether you can buy a house, rent an apartment, or get a car loan, was created in 1989. Not by the government, not by a consumer protection agency, by a private company called the Fair Isaac Corporation, a company that makes money selling its scoring model to banks and lenders. Stop there. Read that again. The number that determines your financial access was invented by a company whose customers are the institutions that lend you money. You are not the customer of the credit score. You are the product. And once you understand that, everything about the system starts making a very different kind of sense. The score measures 5 things: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, credit mix, new credit inquiries. Notice what is completely absent: your net worth, your savings rate, your investment portfolio. Whether you have 6 months of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account, whether you own assets that are appreciating while you sleep. A person with $200,000 in index funds, 0 debt, and no active credit cards can have a mediocre score. A person drowning in car loans, credit cards, and a mortgage they can barely afford, who has never missed a payment, can have an excellent score. The system does not reward wealth. It rewards engagement with debt. Because engagement with debt is what generates revenue for the people who designed the system. This is not a conspiracy. This is just math. Follow the money long enough and it always tells you the truth. But here is where it gets genuinely insulting. The advice you have been given to improve your score is almost perfectly calibrated to make you more valuable as a banking customer. Every single tip, every single strategy, every single responsible financial behavior they promoted. Let me show you exactly how this works. Behavior number 1. Keep multiple credit cards open and active. 3 to 5 cards minimum. Use them regularly. Pay them off monthly. This maintains your utilization ratio and proves you are a responsible borrower. Here is what this actually does. Every time you swipe a card, the merchant pays a processing fee of between 1.5% and 3%. The bank collects that fee on every transaction, every day, from every card holder. You are generating revenue for the bank with every single purchase, and they reward you for this with points, which you use to buy things, which generates more fees. The loop is perfect, and that is the best case scenario, the one where you pay in full every month. For the 60% of cardholders who carry a balance, the bank collects the processing fees and the interest at 20 to 27% annually. On a balance, the minimum payment system is specifically designed to extend for as long as possible. Pattern interrupt. Ask yourself right now, how many credit cards do you currently have open? Every single one is a revenue stream for a bank. Your score rewards you for maintaining them. The bank profits from you maintaining them. Same fact. 2 different angles. Behavior number 2. Never close old accounts. Length of credit history is 15% of your score. Close an old account and your average account age drops. Your score drops with it. So the advice is always the same. Keep the old accounts open, even if you never use them, even if they charge an annual fee. The bank loves this. An open account is a relationship. A relationship is a marketing channel. An open account with an annual fee is recurring revenue regardless of whether you touch the card again. You are in their system, subject to their offers, targetable with balance transfer promotions, credit limit increases, and new product launches. You are not keeping the account open for your benefit. You are keeping it open for theirs. And your credit score is the incentive they designed to make you do it voluntarily. Behavior number 3. Maintain low credit utilization. Keep balances below 30% of your available limit. Standard advice. Repeated everywhere. But here is the dynamic nobody explains. To maintain low utilization, you need high available credit, which means high credit limits, which means the bank needs to offer you increases, which they do proactively, enthusiastically, repeatedly. Why? Because a higher credit limit is not just a number, it is an invitation. It is the bank expanding the ceiling on how much you can borrow from them. Every increase is a bet that eventually you will use it. Maybe not today, maybe not this year. But eventually something will happen. A job loss, a medical emergency, a moment of weakness at a car dealership at 9 on a Saturday morning when the salesman is very friendly and the coffee is free. And when that moment comes, the credit line will be there, ready, at whatever interest rate the bank decides is appropriate. Low utilization makes your score look healthy. High available credit makes the bank's future revenue potential look healthy. These are not separate facts. They are the same fact. Behavior number 4. Maintain a mix of credit types. Revolving credit, installment loans, mortgages. The score literally rewards you for having multiple categories of debt simultaneously. 10% of your FICO score is a direct reward for generating revenue for multiple financial institutions across multiple product categories at the same time. The score calls this a healthy credit mix. The bank calls this a profitable customer. Exact same thing. Behavior number 5. Apply for new credit strategically. Too many inquiries hurts your score, but some new credit activity keeps the score healthy and demonstrates ongoing engagement with the credit system. In other words, the optimal credit score behavior requires you to periodically apply for new financial products, which means periodically entering into new relationships with financial institutions, which means periodically creating new revenue opportunities for the lending industry. Every single behavior that improves your credit score improves your value as a customer to the institutions that profit from lending you money. Say that out loud. Every single one. This is not a coincidence. This is not an oversight. This is the system working exactly as it was designed to work, by the people who designed it, for the people who paid for it. And here is the part that should make you genuinely angry. You did not stumble into the system. You were guided into it, by financial advice columns, by bank marketing, by well-meaning parents who were themselves guided into it a generation earlier, by a culture that treats a high credit score as a sign of financial responsibility. Because the institutions that profit from that belief spent decades making sure that belief became cultural common sense. But here is the question that actually matters. If the credit score does not measure wealth, what does it miss? And what should you actually be measuring instead? Let's talk about what the credit score deliberately ignores. Because this is the part the banking industry hopes you never think about too carefully. Your credit score has absolutely no idea how much money you have. Zero. It cannot see your savings account. It cannot see your investment portfolio. It cannot see your net worth. It cannot see whether you are building real wealth or slowly drowning in debt while paying every minimum on time. Think about what that means in practice. 2 people. Same credit score, 800 points each. Person A earns $70,000 a year. Has 4 active credit cards. A car loan. A mortgage. Pays everything on time every month. Has $12,000 in savings. Has $40,000 in a 401k. Net worth after liabilities. Roughly $60,000. Person B earns $70,000 a year. Has no credit cards, no car loan. Paid off mortgage. $200,000 in index funds. Net worth $250,000. Same score. Completely different financial realities. The system cannot tell the difference between them because the system was never designed to measure financial health. It was designed to measure debt reliability. Person A is a better banking customer. Person B is actually wealthy. The score rewards person A. The market rewards person B. Which one do you want to be? Here is the number that should replace your obsession with the credit score. Net worth. Assets minus liabilities. Everything you own minus everything you owe. That single number tells you more about your actual financial position than any 3-digit score ever could. And here is the brutal truth about most people who obsess over their credit score. They know their score to the exact point. They check it monthly. They optimize every behavior around it. But they have no idea what their net worth is. They have never sat down and calculated it honestly. They have never added up the assets, subtracted the liabilities, and sat with the result without flinching. Because the credit score feels like progress. It goes up. It responds to behavior. It gives you a number that society has told you is meaningful. Net worth is harder to look at. It might be lower than you expected. It might be negative. It might reveal that years of responsible credit behavior produced a great score and very little actual wealth. But it is the only honest number. And honest numbers are the only ones worth optimizing. So what do you actually do with this information? This is not a video telling you to destroy your credit cards and live off the grid. Credit has legitimate uses. A mortgage on a home you can genuinely afford. A business loan with clear ROI. Emergency access to capital when nothing else is available. But there is a significant difference between using credit as a tool and optimizing your entire financial behavior around a score that was designed to make you more valuable to lenders. Here is the framework that actually builds wealth. Step 1. Calculate your net worth right now. Today, not this weekend. Today. Add up every asset: savings, investments, retirement accounts, property equity. Subtract every liability: credit card balances, car loans, student debt, mortgage balance. Write down the number. Sit with it without flinching. That number is your starting point, not your credit score. Step 2. Stop optimizing for the score and start optimizing for the gap. The gap between what comes in and what goes out every month. Every dollar of gap that gets invested instead of spent is a dollar building your net worth instead of your banker's revenue report. Step 3. Use credit intentionally, not habitually. Pay every balance in full every month without exception. If you cannot pay it in full, you cannot afford it. The credit card is a convenience tool, not a financing mechanism. The moment it becomes a financing mechanism, it starts working against you. Step 4. Measure the right things. Check your net worth quarterly. Track your savings rate monthly. Monitor your investment growth annually. Stop checking your credit score every 30 days like it is a vital sign. It is not a vital sign. It is a customer satisfaction metric for your bank. Step 5. Build the emergency fund first. 6 months of living expenses in a high-yield savings account. Not 3 months. 6. Because the credit score cannot protect you when the job disappears or the medical bill arrives. Cash can. And the person with 6 months of cash makes completely different financial decisions than the person who is one emergency away from putting it on a card at 24%. Here is the bottom line. An 800 credit score is not the finish line. It is not proof that you are winning. It is proof that you are a reliable, profitable, low-risk customer for the financial institutions that designed the system you have been optimizing for. The finish line is financial freedom, the ability to say no to the job, the obligation, the bad deal, the ability to make decisions from security instead of desperation, the ability to wake up on a Monday morning and know that your money is working harder than you are. None of that shows up in a credit score. All of it shows up in your net worth. Stop optimizing the wrong number. Start building the right one. If this video changed the way you think about your credit score, hit the like button before you leave. It helps the algorithm show this to the next person who is obsessively checking their score every month while their net worth quietly goes nowhere. There are millions of those people. They need to see the math. And if you are not subscribed yet, this is what we do here every single week. No products, no sponsored content, no financial advice designed to make you a better banking customer. Just the honest version of how this system actually works and what you can do about it. Drop a comment before you go. Tell me your credit score, and then tell me your net worth. I want you to see the gap between the number you know and the number that actually matters. Take care of yourselves. Build the right number. I'll see you in the next one.